Looky here, looky here. We about to talk about what's going on in this boxing atmosphere. Back at you with one more. And here we go. We're talking about Montana Love. I I'm not sure, but I think this is his first main event. And I'm not sure about the second one, but I think this is his debut on the zone. Is it? I don't know. But this for sure is his first headline event, first time main eventing. Uh, shout outs, shout outs to Montana Love coming up in the game. I like him. He's a really good fighter. If I'm not mistaken, he's from Cleveland, Ohio. There's a lot of fighters coming up out of Ohio right now. This young generation coming up. I think it's Ron or Roy Isley, if I'm not mistaken. There's a few of them out of Ohio, but those are the two that just jumped at me uh, right now. Montana Love, he's a good boxer. He's a boxer puncher, in my opinion. I do kind of take him as a counter puncher, but he for sure is a boxer puncher. He has some good power in his hands. I like his footwork. He can be flashy. He's a good fighter. I do think well, I haven't seen a lot of his fights, so I'm going to catch myself there and put a little hold on it. Slow down. But I do like him. He's a good fighter. He has a good jab. I see him. He does like his French bulldogs though. I'll give him that. He got some nice ones too. So I won't lie about that. But back to the fighting, he's a good fighter in my opinion. I do think he will become a champ. If I'm not mistaken, he's at 140. Let me make sure. I don't want to just be saying stuff. Shit. But anyways, Montana Love. Shout out to all my fighters out of Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. If I'm not mistaken, it's a Youngstown, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio. Got fighters out of there like Showtime Sean Porter. If I'm gonna take it all the way throwback for you guys. If you know anything about the Cincinnati Cobra, yeah. If you know about him, yeah. That's Ezra Charles for you. Ezra Charles. That's one of my favorite fighters, yeah. But Montana Love out of Ohio. Let me make sure I think he is a 140, but let me make sure. I don't want to just be on like lying. And you know your mind sometimes lets you down. Yep, 140 light welterweight. There we go. 140, just wanted to make sure for the people. I do like him. He should be a champ someday. I didn't realize he was at 140 because one of my other fighters at 140 that I like to watch, which is Richardson Hitchins. I really like Richardson Hitchins. Shout outs to my New York Cats. He repped Haiti in the Olympics. I feel like that might be why I got a soft spot for him. I do like him. I like the way he fight too, to keep it real with you. To be honest about it. The one thing I like about him is his fighting style. He uses his jab well as well. He fights I think he's from Brooklyn, New York, if I'm not mistaken. Shouts out to all my Brooklyn cats. All my fighters out of Brooklyn, all my fighters out of Queens, all my fighters out of New York, period. All the boroughs in New York. Shouts out to y'all. But we're going to stay on Richardson Hitchins. I like him. I haven't seen hella his fights. The way I found out about him was through my boy Shakur Stevenson. I was watching one of his interviews, and he kept talking about, oh, there go Africa. And then I heard him say Richardson Hitchins. They call him Africa, you know. Anybody from Africa done been called that, whether you been in the streets or in jail, anywhere. You done been called Africa. Yes, sir. Or black. Hey, you know what I'm talking about. But Richardson Hitchins, That might be why I got a soft spot for him, but I think he could be a champion at 140 as well. They already got Brandon Lee at 140. They got Antoine Russell. I like him too. So it's gonna have to be a little shakedown, and they still got my boy Regis Prograis, and Regis Prograis is paid about the fight. Matter of fact, I got to talk about that one too. But we're gonna stay on Richardson. It's just he. Not that I'm talking more and more, I'm realizing the division he's at is deep. Even the ones coming up, they got some good quality fighters at 140. At 140, yes, sir. So he got his work cut out for him. But we're gonna find out for sure about him. He's making his DAZN debut tomorrow. It is Saturday tomorrow. He making his DAZN debut. I like that. I want to see more out of him. I like him as a fighter. Won't lie. I want to see him against higher quality. I want to see how he does against higher caliber fighters such as himself. Put him in there with another dog, like even Antoine. If you put him in there just to see exactly where he at, because I've seen maybe 4 or 5 of his fights, pro fights. I like him. Yes, I won't lie. Fighting out of Brooklyn. But we're gonna see about him. We're gonna see about him. He's someone I've been having an eye on for a little while. And also this next person I'm about to talk about, which is Raymond Ford out of Camden, New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. Shouts out to all my fighters and fight fans from Jersey, Newark. Shouts out to Shakur. We got Trenton, New Jersey. We got Patterson, New Jersey. And that's about all I really know, to keep it real with you guys. Shout outs to Brick City though. City. Fucked up right there. But shout outs to all my fighters there. I had really high hopes for Raymond Ford. The first few times I seen him, I liked him. He's a good fighter. He's kind of a combination fighter. He tends to throw combinations. But his past few fights been making me question where I used to think he was at. Like I really think like, yo, okay, he might be next. He might be next. But the more and more I kept watching him, especially these last few fights, I was like, man, I don't know. I've been like, I don't know now. Oh no, I've been sitting back like having confidence and been like, all right, let me watch a few more of his fights. But the more I watched, I've been like, But shouts outs to Raymond Ford. I still like him. He still got time. He's still a young fighter. I think he like 24. He pretty young. He pretty young. I don't think he's that old, out of Camden, New Jersey. He could still go ahead and put in the work in the gym. Excuse me, guys. Put in the work in the gym and become a better fighter. I like him as a fighter. I really do. But DAZN, they got a nice little decent card of names this Saturday. To be honest, I should have done a little bit more homework just uh, to make sure about the prelims. I didn't catch on the prelims, so forgive me, you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna check that out. I'm not gonna stop. Hold on. We're gonna make sure. DAZN prelims tomorrow. Yeah. It's only showing me the main card. Well, I guess that's all I could talk about then. But Montana Love should win his fight against that dude Sparks. Sparks never heard of him. No disrespect to him. I don't mean nothing by it. I'm just being honest. If I'm not mistaken, he had Australia or New Zealand. Shouts out to my fighters out of Australia and New Zealand. And the person that Richardson Hitchinson fighting, Hitchins, I don't know why I always say his last name Hitchinson, but Richardson Hitchins gonna be fighting some dude. I don't know his name. I do apologize again, but that should be a dub for my boy. And I hope to see him in better fights upcoming. I think his next 2, 3, maybe not the fight after this fight. God willing, he do good. You know, it's fight by fight basis in the game, the fight business. But God willing, he do good in this fight. We just gonna catch him on the other fight. On the next fight, I think I'm over here talking in my own mind on the slick. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. But when I say that, I mean on his next fight, it should be a really good fight. It should be someone top 15, top 10 in the in the 140 division. I want to see him against some real sharks a little bit. But maybe, you know what, I might be rushing it as a fan. They doing good by him, working him up the right way. He's still young. He's also still young. So I think he's going to get a belt. I just feel it in my heart. I might be biased because, you know, he Haitian, you know, representing for the Zopound folks. But I'm not even Haitian. I'm from Africa. But, you know, still repping. But anyways, and Raymond Ford should get a dub against the person he fighting too, but he done took, I think, 1 or 2 L's where I was like, hold on. Oh, Raymond, not you. I had high hopes for you, man. But we're going to see all about it. God willing, they all going to catch these dubs and continue to prosper in the fight business. I see nothing but good things for all of these fighters. Montana Love, I think he gonna be a champion. Richardson Hitchins, I think he at least gonna be a champion at least one time. I still got to see a little more from him. Montana Love, I still got to see a little bit more from him too. Also, Raymond Ford, I used to think he might be a champion. Now I'm iffy about you, bro. No disrespect. I still think you're a good fighter though, but you still got the possibility. It's just that I'm not that confident to jump out the door and jump off the porch with it and just state it no more. But a few more fights, I think you're still a good fighter. I like you as a fighter. You got good footwork, good. Your head movement sometimes let you down. I don't know if you like looking at your work sometimes. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I just be like, what my boy doing? Like, move your head a little bit. Like, what's going on? But hey, I'm gonna let y'all go. That's my thoughts and opinions, and I'm gonna do my best to also have the highlights on here after this. Like I said, I'm putting on my hard hat and going to work. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Y'all have a great life. Enjoy it.